Yeah.
Guys, it's me. Yes, guys, we're here. It's your main man here. Double H half for Valverde should still keep his job. Relax. I'm going to explain why he should still keep his job. Relax. A1, I haven't given you permission to talk. Relax. Let me just introduce this damn thing. There's a lot to dissect. So this is why I've given a rundown here. So we're going to talk about Levante. We're going to talk about Barcelona. We're going to talk about Conte. We're talking about sorry, mistake. We're going to talk about Levante, Barcelona, severance package, Chelsea, Hamburg, and we're going to look ahead to the Europa League final. And finally, just to rank up, we're going to talk about Man City and where they rank amongst the greatest club sides of all time. Because last I checked, they got to 100 points, which an elite league. Relax.
The best league, not an elite. The best.
Money. Please, could I please introduce the stuff? Thank you very much. Okay. Let's start with Conte and Chelsea. So, in case you do not know, Chelsea this season have lost to Bournemouth, they've lost to Watford, and they've lost to Newcastle, who has a bald-headed midfielder who just got released from prison last week called Shelvey. So, and this is a narrative that I've been going through, and I put out a video on YouTube saying that he is doing this because he's intentionally tanking the season because he wants to get sacked and get paid his 10 million. Now, some dude, I can't remember his name, but some dude on YouTube insulted me and said, "How dare you do this? This shows how much of a crap analyst you are. How do you know what he's done? How can you assume that he did this and did all that kind of stuff?" I was like, bro, what he's doing is very obvious. It is the oldest trick in the book. If I'm looking at a manager where your team is getting outplayed, your defense is in total disarray, and you point a little bit and then you just shake your head and you just look like if you really do not really care, it means that, bro, sack me, pay me. And I just think that to do that as a professional manager, I'm sorry, because I had a lot of respect for Conte at the Euros, because what he did at the Euros was amazing and everything. But what he's done for Chelsea this season, you look at what he did with Costa. We still do not know what's happened. We still don't know how that went down. All we had is Costa side of the story, so we know how that went down. Look at Michi Batshuayi, how that went down. But look at how he's done. So all this means that Conte, this has been a crap season, and you have been the results of it. I don't put the blame on the players. See, this is different. I'll give you guys a flaw. This is different. The Mourinho thing was the players, 100%. The players mutinied and they went against him. The players haven't gone against Conte. Conte has just completely lost his touch tactically this season and has given up and doesn't have any kind of answers. So he's looking for excuses that he's not been given his target. So let me bring in the Chelsea guy in here to give it up. So forward thinking, how do you assess this Chelsea thing? Is Costa a crook trying to steal money? Yes or no?
Conte, not Costa.
So sorry. Is Conte a crook trying to steal money?
What I've noticed is that the word fraud has been thrown around a lot this season, and I think the word fraud is perfectly suited for Conte. Conte is a fraud. I mean, let's look at Chelsea here. Let
him talk.
Let me land. Okay, look, we have the best women's team in the country. We also have the best. Whoa, what's that noise? Whoa.
Oh, no. Whoa, sorry.
Okay, cool. We also have the best, and we have the best youth academy in the league as well. Yeah, he's not, instead of using our youth players and maybe building them up into the first team, he went and bought Bakayoko. Did anyone see what he did in the semi-final against Juventus last season? He was awful. Cleaning up marks. He was terrible.
Yeah, he was a brick.
Let him talk.
I mean, let me just finish on this point. Look, we saw the recruitment. Yes, it wasn't good, but from January onwards, our form has been terrible. We can see that passion has left this man. He went from wearing suits. Now he's looking like some flipping random youth from the Italian homes of, I don't know where I think it's a place called Griff or something in there. I don't know. It's a terrible place. All I know is Conte's not raw. He's not on job. He's a fraud, 100%. And just look at the stats, man. Just look at the stats. I don't need to say anymore. He's a fraud. Someone try at me.
I have to respond.
Wait.
Respond to what? He wasn't talking to you.
Juju, man, before you respond, if you try to defend Conte, I will be tempted to throw you out.
No, please, I have to, because changing Conte doesn't that team is trash. the Chelsea team is trash. I mean,
Wait, what?
You can't. It is absolute trash. They're not the best. Like they're not even top 4 in the Euro. In Europe, the entire team is trash.
But didn't they win the league last season?
Wait.
Can I actually respond to
Let me
that?
ask you this then. Are you telling me that a team with Hazard, with
Hazard is
Willian,
overrated
with
by the-
Pedro and
Kante.
so forth are not better than Tottenham?
Yeah,
They're not. They're
Milner
not at
plays
all.
in
They're
Liverpool.
not.
Henderson
Not
plays
at
in
all.
Liverpool.
They're
These
not.
are roadmen.
Wait, no.
These are roadmen.
No, tell you for Chelsea. This team, like Conte overachieved last season. Like he deserves a 5-year contract. He overachieved last season.
How did they overachieve?
He had like less players. He had like 13 players in that team, and somehow won a Premier League. Like, that's an accomplishment. And it's like, look at the players. They're average. They're not that good. I'm sorry. People go and get mad. Hazard is not a great player. He's not.
Oh
He's
my.
not.
Huge man. Relax.
I'm not trying.
Nah. You relax.
No. Because look, he's mentally weak. He's satisfied. He's not even in Champions League, and he's satisfied. He's like, yeah, this is good. Like, this is fine. He has no ambition.
Talent-wise, Hazard is arguably
So talent-wise,
On paper, merchant. On paper, merchant.
And that's not the fact. Giroud is average. I mean, he's no good. Like we can't just force people like just because they.
Wait. And who bought him?
Okay. Let's say from other guys. Pipe down. Okay, I'm gonna go to A1 and I'm gonna go to a man named A1.
All right, cool. Conte. This is all on Conte himself, yeah, because the players that he bought, Bakayoko, he didn't really need to buy Bakayoko when he could have played Loftus Cheek in that position.
Exactly.
He sold Chalobah.
Who are these people? Chalobah.
Let the man talk, man.
Dude, you stop doing drugs, please, man. I beg.
Alright, cool. He sold Chalobah to replace him with Bakayoko, who is basically similar type of player. So I don't know why he wanted that. He wanted a target man, and he bought Giroud. And it's like, yes, Giroud is a decent signing, but it's not. Is it a long-term signing? It's not a long-term signing, and he didn't want to play Batshuayi either as well. He was scoring goals at Dortmund. And plus David Luiz. Where's David Luiz been? Where's he been? Because I'm telling you, it's not injury. This guy is phasing him out of the team, and he's trying to do the same thing that he done with Costa.
I like this.
Okay, no. I said I was going to go to Mane. Okay,
Okay. So from what I'm seeing is, you guys think the Chelsea team is, in my opinion, the Chelsea team is a pretty good team. Is on a similar level with Tottenham and Liverpool, but the main difference is that they're missing. They don't have Harry Kane, they don't have Mo Salah, Firmino, etc. The other difference is that it's the last game of the season. Okay, Chelsea, they're not gonna catch Liverpool top 4. There's nothing to fight for. Okay, they're gonna finish 5th either way. So the players, I mean, a lack of focus. Yeah, it's common. If you're playing a game at the last game of the season, and it's not going to affect anything, the managers know you can motivate players. Newcastle have probably more to gain if they win because they want to move up to the spot and get more money, but Chelsea will be stuck there. So that's the thing. But blaming Conte, overall, blaming Conte. Let me finish.
Let me finish.
Overall, if you're blaming Conte, I mean, yes, he could have done better with his signings, selling Matic, big mistake. Hazard, of course, can't run a team without Diego Costa. He's a support player, basically. He's like Willian, but with a little bit more height. That's to me. So
you're calling Hazard a support player?
Yeah.
It's true.
He's proven. I mean, support.
You know how disrespectful
It's true.
that is.
It's not disrespectful. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the overall output. I can't gas somebody with 9 goals. Okay, have hope. I can't. There's nothing there. I can't work with that.
You guys watch football?
So
support player.
Support player, support. Like as a helper. A helper.
Okay, wait. So back on the whole thing, and look, my thing is that Judgman, you can't do anything. Relax. You can't. No, you can't. Let me talk. My thing is that the team that I see there, for me, should be doing a lot better because let's just be real.
Easily.
That's
2 league titles.
Wait. That team that has no business losing to Bournemouth or Watford or Newcastle. So that team either should beat Newcastle, Bournemouth, and Watford. So you win those 3 games, that's 9 points.
And who's to blame, Double H? Who's to blame?
Conte.
No, it's not Conte. Conte is not on the field playing. He's not on the field playing.
Okay, so Jujman, so when do we then blame the manager? Because therefore no manager can be blamed. If they're not on the pitch playing, therefore no manager can be blamed.
I'll give you an example. The Roma tie, you blame the manager. It was the stupid manager that lost Roma the time. the Chelsea one, it's not. We can't just scapegoat the manager every time. It's like
No. It's not about scapegoating. Conte.
They're not good enough.
No, wait, let me explain. Conte is not a very malleable tactician. He has a very set style and way of playing, and he sticks to it.
And that's
the issue was that
defensive.
This style is suited, so you have to have Diego Costa in the team. More so, what everybody tells us that one of the hardest league titles to win is the one after that's your first league title. So even if you have your first league title, or you have like a long way where you've not won, when you win that one, the hardest one to win is the next one is retaining it, because to retain it you have to come up with something new. Ferguson, why he was such a master at it was that he was able to master how to tweak and change things. Mourinho, he knew how to tweak and change things. Guardiola, even if he still has his philosophy, he always knew about change things. Get a bit of dynamism and different ideas. Conte doesn't have any ideas.
He can't.
Zero.
And also more so. Okay, wait. More so. The fact is this. Let us be real with Antonio Conte. Juventus, I don't give you the credit for that, because
he did it.
Allegri has done the same thing, and he did better in Europe.
Exactly.
In the Euros, I'm sorry. Okay, you beat Spain. Did you win the Euros? No. Did you get the final?
Fraud.
I mean, at the same time, though.
And also, let's just look at his Chelsea thing. You take Diego Costa out of that Chelsea team, did they win the league? Yes or no?
No. Like, as we can see right now, they can't win without him. So.
Wait, but we can't just. I mean, Conte. We can't have this.
No. What can we look? We're moving on. So just very briefly before Hamburg, they finally got relegated from the Bundesliga. Good riddance, because first of all, in case you don't know, they were the only team who have never ever been relegated from the Bundesliga since its inception. But these clowns have been teetering for relegation for the past few years.
Yeah, they've been in the playoffs the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, so mate, I'm sorry. So you want to go to the playoffs every single season? No, the football god said, you know what, screw you. You're gonna get relegated down this season, and of course the fans were rioting and everything. But I say, look, man, you keep playing with fire, you're gonna get burnt. The same thing should have happened to Southampton, because they have been around the relegation for quite a few times, but again, somehow they escaped. So put us to one side. Let us look at another main topic now. Now, who wants to be the first to give Wenger his props?
For what?
For unbeaten, yeah.
Wait. Let me land. Let me talk. You can say a lot about Wenger. He has been a brick, and you can see that I have not been on this whole Messi Arsene crap. I'm sorry. I'm not a sentimental guy. Look, you came sixth. Okay, you came sixth. So no. But my thing is this: that Salty Molly once, he went through a whole season unbeaten, and that is very, very good. That is amazing. And
his
so
career.
you have to, like, being invincible. That in a top tier league is very, very tough. So which takes us to this now. Levante. I thought these guys were bricks.
Wait, let's comment about
man, let me land. Let me finish, and then I will give you the floor. Now, I thought Levante were bricks. For several years, I've said these guys are useless, good for nothing, crap, pieces of crap, and they're a disgrace to football, how they disgrace the sport. But my goodness, man, even without Messi, I was like, I'm not even going to bother watching this game, because without Messi, these guys who are 15th have no way of beating a Barcelona side with or without Messi. So the fact that these guys were 5-1 down in the 60th minute, I mean, my goodness. Because what this is this, because I'm going to get to Valverde, but let's just focus on this whole thing. This is painful for Barcelona. This will hurt, because let's look at Real Madrid right now. Real are like, fine, fair enough, you won the league, but you were not unbeaten. Because you could see how pissed off PK, Denis Suarez, and the Cannibal were. They really wanted to go unbeaten. And I'm sorry, Cannibal, man, think you're going into the break academy, man. You're going straight in. You're going straight because so you're saying because you do not have your bosom body, Lionel Richie there, you can't do anything. You can't get a G. You have to.
Wait, his what?
Bosom body. BOSOM. Yes, they sleep together. Okay, those guys are too close for comfort. But my thing is that Coutinho, that guy can, as a midfielder, can score a hat trick. You can't get a single G against Levante. I'm sorry.
He did score, but he scored though.
Oh, he scored. But
penalty. A penalty.
Coutinho scored 3 goals, man.
So
Coutinho scored 3 goals from outside the box.
Yeah, fair enough. But my thing is this: look, man, the cannonball is a brick. But he's getting inducted into the brick academy, and Barcelona's badge is getting put under a review. So let me give it to you two guys before we get to Valverde. Will this really pain Barcelona, or is it like, who cares? We still won the league.
It will, man.
It will. No, it will pain Barcelona because Valverde, he prioritized the unbeaten streak instead of the Champions League.
Are you? Do you know Valverde? Did you know that he prioritized?
Okay, I know why he prioritized it. Because the game before Roma, we had Leganes at home, and he played all of our players. He didn't rest anybody. And when we got to Roma, we were exhausted.
Rest Messi.
He didn't rest Messi. He didn't rest Messi.
So?
A1 talked, man, please.
That doesn't mean anything. Like, how can you say he prioritized unbeaten over Champions League? It's the Champions League, man.
Wait. So A1 talk to Barcelona. Will this harm them? Yes or no?
Definitely, yeah, it would. Because look, cool. Look how they lost to Roma in the Champions League quarterfinals. The way they play was disgusting. Like they did not attack at all, and like I said, fourth years in a row or third year in a row at quarterfinals where they've been knocked out. So them winning in the league and going unbeaten would have been so good for them as well. But them winning the league now, which is normal, obviously they've lost. It's like no one really care. No one will care. But if they won the league unbeaten, people will figure, yeah, this is a very good team, especially the way Barcelona have been playing this season, which is not a typical Barcelona way, if you get what I'm saying. So this will definitely harm them, man. Definitely harm them. And you lost against who? Levante? Oh my days, man! It's if you think about it, look, they were 5-1 down. It wasn't like no 2-1 last minute thing. They were 5-1
no,
down.
because you see, that's it. Because like, if let's say it was Sociedad, then like, okay, fair
Sociedad's their bogey team. So
yeah, so okay, makes sense. The fact that it was Levante, like it's such an L. Like it's so bad. Like if it was like. If you lose to Real Madrid, lose to Atletico, don't let Levante be the team that stopped you. And also this, I mean, how did Levante score? Have you seen this dude's stadium? That stadium is like the bloody. I mean, look, it's bad. It's bad.
And you look at it, they were 5-1 down within like 55 minutes or 60 minutes, and it's just like, really, Levante.
Have you guys seen Yerry Mina play?
Oh,
he's trash.
Exactly, that's the thing.
I mean, to be fair,
defender from South America.
Because yes, Yerry Mina had a bad game, but I go back to the cannonball. You're supposed to be a top tier striker. You can't give me two FPGs against Levante.
Exactly, like Suarez, Rakitic was bad.
Semedo is so bad. He's not even a decent right.
Semedo wasn't that bad, honestly.
He was awful. The guy, no tactical awareness whatsoever. I mean,
but do you blame
how is
him?
he even a right back at Barcelona?
Okay, so now let me start with my Valverde defense. Now, everybody is now saying Saka Valverde is useless, is crap. Look at what he's done, so on and so forth. Let's look at what is. Now, think about this logically. How do you sack a manager who, in his first season, has won the league and the Copa del Rey? That doesn't make any sense. Now, you can give me the whole thing of like, oh, this is Barcelona, they deserve more, they need to play a lot better, so and so forth. At the end of the day, he deserves, at the very least, another season to figure this stuff out. Because remember, Barcelona are going through a transitional period. Neymar left. Iniesta is getting old. You can now see Busquets is getting old. So he knows that, look, because fair enough, the thing about this is that if you take up Valverde and say, no, we want to go back to what Barcelona are known for and the way that we play, You bring in a manager who now makes Barcelona a lot more attacking, a lot more of offensive and all that kind of stuff. But you're doing it without Xavi, without Iniesta, and an older Busquets. Are you sure it's good? It's going to work? Are you sure that system that was built for a prime Xavi and a prime Iniesta is going to work? Because you have to have a system that suits the players you have. Coutinho isn't Iniesta. Coutinho isn't Xavi. Dembele isn't Iniesta and Dembele isn't Xavi. These are different kinds of players. And you have to have a system that suits these kinds of players. So the thing about it is that you have to be very careful what you wish for. Because the temptation is that this is bad. Losing 5-4. I mean, even saying that this is Scotland is crazy. Losing 5-4 to Levante is crazy. But let me ask you guys: are you saying Valverde should be sacked?
Yep.
Yes, it's time
Yep.
because it's not even Valverde. Valverde isn't the problem. It's
the board.
it goes back.
Well, okay, wait,
ever
also, okay,
since
so
Xavi.
if he's gonna go, who should come in instead?
Setien, the Betis coach.
And why? Explain why.
Wenger.
Why him
Because Valverde doesn't have a winning mentality. He is someone who coached Athletic Bilbao, someone who's a coach who coached basically a mid-table. He's like Moyes. So
Moyes.
yes, he's like Moyes, David Moyes.
When last did Moyes go through a season having only one loss in a league? Please tell me.
Well, I'll tell you like this. Having one loss when is fine and dandy, but when you never rotate your players and you expect you don't rotate your players, you throw away a 4-1 lead to a third place Italian team, and you buy from South America, play him 3 games, play him against a team with a good form, and say, oh well. I thought
hold on.
So you're telling me that this Betis coach is the right coach to get?
Well, look at where Betis are now in the
Wait,
league.
I'll tell you. You know what? You know the funny thing is, Barcelona. The only reason this is a huge problem is because Madrid are doing good. That's the only reason Barcelona
Doing good?
are happy.
Madrid
Madrid are about to win another Champions League. That's the only reason this is the problem.
No.
Like
I don't get what the crisis talk is about. The guy won the league.
Yeah, he did exactly. He did well, but since Madrid are they're about to win another Champions League.
They didn't win anything so far.
It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about next season when we have these stupid games all over again.
No. Listen. The main problem with Barcelona is their signing.
No midfield.
Wait. Let's hear from Mane. Talk.
The main problem with Barcelona is the signings. The manager, Valverde, has done well. He's won 2 trophies in his first year, winning the league by a wide margin. That's considered a success to any team. Okay, you can't just fire a manager because what didn't perform, win Champions League. How often does Barcelona win Champions League? They don't win it every year.
Exactly.
Okay, if you win it once in 3 years, that's good. But that's the thing also. You have to have reasonable expectations with managers. So you think, okay, so the Betis manager, you expect him to win the Champions League, the league, and everything else? It's the Valverde has done enough for what he has.
Money million on Paulinho.
No, wait. Look, say Mane makes a very good point. That's like, so if this Betis manager comes and doesn't win the Champions League and wins the league and the Copa del Rey, how different is that to Valverde? Oh, it's only better because he's playing better football. Last I checked, it's about results.
Yeah, and this is an issue because Madrid are about to win the Champions League. Valverde had this is a great season for Barcelona. Like they won the league and the 2 trophies. But since Madrid are about to win the Champions League, it's a problem now because I don't know why. It's a good season. Why is it that, man?
It's not his problem.
Valverde had nothing to do with it. It was all Messi. If Messi wasn't there, we wouldn't even slip the league.
That's false.
Okay,
that's
that's where you
false.
go wrong. Then like you can't say it's all his fault when it goes wrong. And then
the same Messi who was missing in the 2014 World Cup. That's same Messi. Okay, all right.
Can I just say
so let's. I want to wait. Forward thinking, man. Easy with your mic, man. I'm hearing a lot of feedback from you, man.
Can I say something real quick?
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can bloody hear you, man.
Yeah,
all right. Let's look at Man City.
what the hell?
Jesus.
Okay, so look, let's look at Man City right now. Let's put out the question: are they the greatest Premier League team of all time?
No.
I mean, it's very simple.
No, Manny, I didn't ask for your.
Because the main reason I'm saying no is because I wasn't impressed with anything. Like, I was
You're a
impressed.
pep hater. That's why. That's why he
I
said
can't
no.
force it. We can't just
Relax.
force
So,
it because the number says.
I don't. Okay, wait. I don't have the stats to me, but let me just off head. First team to 100 points, most goals scored. I believe the best goal difference.
I think most wins as
They
well.
were exposed
Most
in the
wins.
Champions League. So,
I mean, how? Like, I'm sorry, it's a very strong argument because the weird thing about it is that because of the manner in which they lost to Liverpool in the Champions League,
exactly.
I don't think. No, but look,
But that's nothing to do with the Premier League.
Yeah, but you cannot
Exactly.
be one of the greatest teams where you were
No.
you were embarrassed. They were
What? No.
embarrassed.
What was what I said? That one of the greatest Premier League teams. That's what I said. Hence why Arsenal flopped in the Champions League, but they were invincible.
Yeah, but the way, but I don't think
Arsenal
they were
are in the conversation.
Wait. Do you want me to?
The Premier League? What?
Do you want me to read the official? Okay, let's just go back.
Oh my.
Most least Premier League goals conceded, most successive away wins, most consecutive wins, points 19 points ahead of the second place team, plus 79 goal difference, most goals scored, most away points, most Premier League points.
You forgot one. They have like a stacked squad. They have like two teams in one.
A stacked squad. As if that's all it takes.
No,
that's not the question, Juju. The question is, are they the greatest team? So you say they have a stacked squad, which means that adds to that.
Wait. I'm gonna ask you this question. Let's go in from left to right now, because there may be only two teams in this. Which is better, being unbeaten or having the stats that Man City have with the losses? Manny, and give me the reasons for why you're gonna choose one. So. Which is a better thing over a 38-game season? Being unbeaten, no team ever beat you, or having the stats that Man City had, 100 points, most goals scored, and so forth? Man,
I mean, being unbeaten isn't that hard. If you have 12
wait, let him talk.
If you have 12 draws in a season and you won 20 games, it's not that a big. It's clearly it depends on the kind of manager you are. If Pep wanted to go unbeaten, we would have gone unbeaten, but we want to win at the highest level possible. Arsenal, their invincible season, quote unquote, they were trying to get it. That's the whole goal of the season, was trying to be invincible. Let's not lose. And all that. And it happened, but it's not that impressive. If Man City decided to tie 2 more games and not play their style, would we say, oh my God, they're so much better? They're already better than Arsenal. That team, if it played against Arsenal, it's 1 game on, 1 off game. I guarantee you they would beat that Arsenal team 10 out of 10 times. There's so much. Henry is not a clutch player. Henry's not a clutch player.
Okay. Manny, we've had enough. Okay, A1, give us your argument then.
Look, unbeaten. No one has beaten you. Whether you can say, oh, we won't try and go unbeaten. Man City were also trying to go unbeaten as well. Don't listen to Pep saying, oh, we're just trying to play good football. He was trying to go unbeaten as well, but their chances, they flopped it. I'm saying against Liverpool, the way he was playing, he knew, despite him sticking to that same philosophy, playing at the back, it's also created mistakes, and they lost against Liverpool. Against Man United, they had chances. They didn't convert their chances, and they lost against Man United. Arsenal, you can say, oh, they were trying to go unbeaten, this and that, but we went unbeaten. So I'd rather us be unbeaten than getting beaten, and whatever the rest of the stats. But Arsenal went unbeaten, invincible.
All right, let's hear from Daniel. Which is the better thing, unbeaten or the City stats?
Unbeaten.
definitely, to not lose at all in the league. Like, do you know how difficult that is? Especially at the time. Like, it was even like Man U with Ferguson, like Chelsea, they were having their money, everything. So, hands down, unbeaten.
All right, Juju man.
Yeah, unbeaten too, because at the end of the season, every team wants to bring the bad news and beat the team that's unbeaten. So if that's more impressive, and the way Man City were exposed and their main players disappeared. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't rate it. I have to apologize. I don't rate that team because the way they disappeared when we actually needed them. I mean, sorry.
Okay, Liverpool, everybody, which is the better start?
Unbeaten. Can we now talk about White Man Can't Jump, aka Dejan Lovren?
Okay. So why unbeaten over the stats? That's
well, just for the simple fact it's unbeaten. They're unblemished. I mean, that's hard to do, man. I mean, say they had 20. I know they had 44 draws, but I mean, that's hard to do, man. That's really hard to do.
Preston North End went unbeaten. Nobody even knows who they are. So.
Mohammed, tell us.
You know who they are.
You know who they are.
But I'm special, so.
Okay. Wait, Mohammed, give us your thoughts. Unbeaten on Man City stats.
I mean, every team goes into the league trying to win every game, trying not to lose, and
except Arsenal
accomplished that by not being beaten by a single team. So,
are you telling me somebody that had 12 draws was trying to attack? Are you kidding me?
Man, relax, man. All right, Osman, which is the better stats on beating on Man City's records?
I'd rather say the records.
Why? Tears.
Because as someone who just saw their team lose their unbeaten streak, when you focus on the streak more than the style, more than the actual end game, you kind of lose perspective. And so here we are, you lose 2 games before the season ends and you have not much left to play. So the streaks, the records and the style for me.
Exactly. The main question should be what's the main objective of a Premier League team is to win the league. Who won the league in better style, better fashion, with more finesse? Man City did, without a doubt. Which is most memorable? Man City. Nobody remembers Arsenal other than Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans, nobody remembers that team as one of the best club sides ever. Nobody does.
I mean, okay. My thing is this because I think Money brought up an interesting point, and it's something to think about. In a one-off game, who would win? This Man City team or the Invincibles? That would be interesting because if you're thinking about it, City obviously they have possession of the ball, but that Arsenal team have players that don't need possession of the ball. And Henry against Otamendi and Thingy. But at the same time, Arsenal's defense, would they be able to manage with the kind of movements and ball movements and maneuverability of Man City's team? I don't know, because nobody played like Man City back when Arsenal were invincible.
And to our Double H, just because we're giving Invincible credit, Wenger accomplished nothing. I'm just going to say he accomplished nothing. As Mourinho said, he's a specialist in it. Arsenal fans just like being emotional. Like he accomplished nothing.
Can I just say one thing about Wenger? This whole Messi Arsene thing.
They're all
a bit strange because Arsenal finished 6th. I know that this is not the right time to say, but Arsenal finished 6th. So yes, you can say based on what he's done, but at the same time, one away win throughout 2018, and it was against Huddersfield. So that's another. So that's what I'm saying. So look.
Wait. I just want to go.
FG, what do you want?
Who's that? FG.
I just want to agree with Juju, man. Arsene Wenger is one of the worst managers I've ever seen. This guy he accomplished nothing. He's lucky he managed Arsenal.
Wait. So in Invincible season, the double wins, FA Cup wins.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're mentioning 3 seasons out of his 22 years at like Arsenal.
Yes, and that's the thing.
What about all the other seasons? The past 15 years without winning.
Listen, if you switch roles. If you switch roles, what is it, Arsene Wenger and Mark Hughes? I'm pretty sure Mark Hughes could accomplish all that with the same team. Big deal.
He has no pressure.
It's
He
the
has no
truth. He would
pressure.
accomplish that.
No, look, man. I mean, look, people are being very harsh towards Wenger because yes, he has been a brick for the last few years. But I don't know whether you guys were too young. I'm sorry. The first half of Wenger's reign, or maybe the first half of the first half, Arsenal were unlike any team in the Premier League. They revolutionized football in England, and that was through Wenger.
That was like back.
So Wenger's tactics and his philosophy revolutionized the game, and guys had to switch up to what they were doing because they played football that nobody else was.
But when you judge a manager, you have to look at his whole career. If you look at overall his career, he's a failure.
Okay, no. Actually, not. The realistic thing is that if you look at his whole career, there's a part 1 and there's a part 2. Part 1 is very successful. Part 2 is complete crap. So it's a mix.
No, it's not.
A complete failure.
Majority has been
probably
failure.
Mark Hughes.
No, majority has been failure. It's not been half. It's been majority failure. The invincible thing is the only thing that keeping this guy that's on his resume. He's done nothing. The invincible. That's it. Like,
no.
Let's not forget.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense. If the very fact that you win all those FA Cups, you win the double twice, and you go invincible, you can't be a complete failure.
Let's not forget. He won the first league title. He won with Arsenal. He won by 1 point. So
he still won.
It's supposedly revolutionized, but won by 1 point against Ferguson. So
I mean, oh my days, man!
1 point, which is a lucky win.
Wait, and Arsenal fans should be.
What about when Man City won the title first time with Aguero?
Well, it's a lucky win too, but nobody's talking about that.
Right, he always got a rebuttal.
Okay, look. So let's just. Okay, so Europa League final. Who are you guys saying?
Atletico.
Yeah, Atletico. Spanish dominance. Let's
go. So I'm the only guy saying Marseille.
Yes.
Have you seen what? You guys want to laugh? Have you seen what Dimitri Payet is doing? Wait. Who have Atletico played? Arsenal? Really?
Yes.
Wait, who have Marseille played?
They played Sporting, who are better than Marseille. Who else have they played? They played quite a few teams.
Strasbourg, man.
No, look, all I'm saying, guys.
No, but we're talking about like Atletico. This team has been in
with Marseille. I feel Marseille are gonna do it.
Oh come on, man. We're talking about Atletico, a team that played against Barca, Real, and beating them.
It's Atletico, bro. These guys. Simeone has been
like 10 years ago. Come on, man.
Yeah.
No. Look, all I'm saying is I know it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a great final. Look, no offense to Arsenal or Salzburg, but an Arsenal Salzburg final would have been a disaster. A complete disaster.
Why? Because Arsenal won.
No, A1. Let's be real. Nobody wants to see Arsenal against Salzburg in a final.
Why not? And no one wants Arsenal in the Champions League.
FG, don't be
go away, man. Go away.
Okay, so but look, I just believe that Atletico are the better team overall, 100%. But I just feel that with what Payet is doing, man, I just think Marseille may. I just think he's that basically. In my opinion, I'm taking Payet over Griezmann. I would say Griezmann is overrated. And when I say Griezmann is overrated, it doesn't mean he's crap. It just means that he's overrated. He's not as good as people say he is. How many finals has Griezmann flopped in? Euro final.
Every single one he's been in.
Champions League final, he flopped. I'm sure he flopped in another final.
No. Look,
Euros final, he flopped and missed an open goal.
He flops. He flops in the finals, but he always shows up in the big games, like in the semis against Bayern.
Yeah, this is a final.
No, the final is the biggest game, and Griezmann, because I'm sure Costa. I think what Atletico will do to win this, I think it will be their tactics. It won't really be like an individual, but their tactics. But I just feel like for Marseille, if they can, I think Marseille have to go out and not just attack Atletico. If they allow Atletico to play their game, then look, man, then it'll be an easy victory for them. But I just think that Marseille, I feel, have more flair overall. But I just think that Payet, man, if Payet doesn't have a great game, boom, Atletico will smoke them out.
You know what? I think someone might get sent off because Marseille played dirty against PSG. These guys were hitting them and they played so bad that they were targeting Neymar. So this way, someone might get sent off in this game. I think both teams like sometimes play dirty. So
okay. So final. Okay. Let me hear final scores from you guys. So Mane, Atletico Marseille, final score.
I would say Marseille wins 2-0.
Why he always?
Wow. All right. FG scoreline: Marseille, Atletico.
2-0 Atletico.
A1.
2-0 Atletico, man.
Damn, Daniel.
2-0 Atletico.
Oh wow. Juju man.
2-1 Atletico.
Jesus. Liverpool v everybody.
Yeah, 2-1 Atletico, man.
Look, I don't know what the scoreline will be. I'll do my preview, but I'm going for a Marseille to win. All right, guys. I will see you Wednesday.